Hello, everybody. Happy Monday update. I'm really tired. I intended to get more sleep last night, but I didn't. And it's totally my own fault. It's absolutely nobody's fault but my own. I'm sure you know now, if you follow this, that I make a series of videos on my other channel, as well as the video games that I play with, by myself. I make some with a buddy of mine who lives in California, so he's 8 hours behind. So, time's never so much of a problem for him. And it isn't really for me because of my crazy sleeping pattern. Like, we just had a really bad weekend in this game. I wasn't even recording because I've got so much footage now. We were just playing for playtime, so it wasn't even counted towards earning me that small amount of money that YouTube does. But it wasn't even because of that, because we just had a really sucky weekend in that game, because it's one of these that I'm decided I am going to do a review about Sea of Thieves, and because it's been tremendous fun multiplayer, but they have created this beautiful world that you can explore, and the exploration mechanic and all of that is great. The world could probably do with being a little bit bigger than it is, but it's sizable. But the problem is they've just kind of gone, well, it's a pirate game, so, we'll just let everybody loose and they can all kill and steal from each other all the time. And, do your research a bit more than that, guys. Pirates weren't really like that. It was actually one of the most democratic groups of people around during the time when these sorts of pirates were around, the sort of late 17th through mid 18th century pirates. During that time, they were a pretty democratic bunch, but they've just left it all open like it was the goddamn Wild West. And there's just no, one pirate steals from another, and then another one steals from him, and it's just crazy. There's no regulations, no system of regulation in there, so it's just, we've had one of those weekends where everything's gone wrong. And anyway, he was pretty bummed out by it, and he goes back to work. So even by his standards, he had to log off, earlier than we would normally do during the rest of the weekend. But so I could have gone then, but I didn't. I just kind of spaced out a bit and just did something I never normally do. After he logged out, I spent like over an hour just sitting. I had this idea. They have this flag that you can raise to attract attention, and I had what I thought was a brilliant idea. We'd been griefed by other players all weekend, and this thing puts you on the map. So I went into this thing and just sort of sat out in the middle of the ocean for ages, spying people up with my spyglass so they could see it glinting, drawing attention to myself in every possible way. And of course, nobody bothered me. An hour, nobody came I saw several ships, nobody came anywhere near me. So, that didn't work out, But yeah, so my own stupid fault. No, nobody's fault, not even my crazy sleeping pattern. But, it's just one of those things. It's a bit stupid. That was a bit of nothing, wasn't it? What else is on the horizon? Nothing. Nothing is moving. It's driving me absolutely insane. No new properties that match our search that we can actually move out of. Little one is Aya. That little girl is 2 next week. 2, and she's still sleeping in the same cot she had when she was a baby, because we've got nowhere else to put a bigger one, and we need to get out of this house, and then hopefully other things can start moving. It's just, it's the waiting game all over again. So yeah, I've one of the good things come out this weekend is that my wife was quite right to point out to me. She said, well, your reviews are popular. I know you're going to do a review of one of the games you're playing at the moment, but you should also do one of Sea of Thieves, which I wasn't going to do. But I've decided to, because even just talking to her about it, it became very clear that I have very strong feelings about this game on both sides, and good and bad. Things that I want to say and want to get out there. So a review is a really good way to do that. So I am actually going to do one of those. But, other than that, not a great deal happening, really. Going into autumn now. Today's been a really warm day. Temperature dropped off, but today's been a really warm day. Not a lot to do, really. If we get better updates and things to update you about, I'll come right at you and I'll share them with you. But not so much at the moment. Not a great deal going on. There's a new set of videos I've been premiering on YouTube on the game channel, which aren't doing as well as I'd hoped at the moment. But with time, I hope that'll pick up. So see you next week.